Hey everybody, I am back with another video. I did another video earlier if you want to check that out. If you are a mom that is trying to make sure she has a clean house and how to be able to balance that. So that video you can check out. And this video today is how to be a wifey overnight. So if you didn't know, I am married. I've been married for over 9 years, and I have some tips. In fact, I have 5 tips on how to be a wifey material overnight. So let's say you want to be a wife and you feel like you're not having luck and you're not sure what you're doing wrong. You can cook. You may be able to clean. You may be beautiful, but you feel like you're not getting with a guy that sees you as marriage material. Maybe he sees you as something just strictly sexual. Maybe he friend zones you. I don't know. So first I would say you need to have some type of self-improvement. Of course, everyone's not, a 10. Everyone's not a 10. But first get with someone within your group, who you can. And many women like to say, I want a guy who is, the sexiest guy in the world. But I mean, a guy who's a 10 probably wants to be with a woman who's a 10, looks wise. But a woman is rated 1 through 10 based on her looks. No matter how smart she is, educated or anything like that, she's rated off her looks. A guy is rated as a 10 based off of what he has, what he can obtain, which is why you see women with guys who are rich that may not be aesthetically attractive. Okay, so now that we got that out of the way, understanding where you are visually fits that, because you can't be sloppy looking and wondering why you can't get a guy. So let's say you are someone who is looking the par, as in they are in competition to get a man, like they're in the running. So that's what I mean, like they're trying to compete to get a man. They're not just, they're looking like they want attention from a male. So now that you have male attention visually, now there's some things outside of your looks that you need to have to be wife material. One, be appreciative. So, and this is someone who already is being in a committed relationship. If you can appreciate what your boyfriend is doing for you, then he's going to be attracted to that. And what I mean by that, let me explain. If you're always nagging and saying what he's not doing, you're not doing this, you're not doing that, you should be doing this, you should be doing that. No one wants someone who nags. So if you can appreciate, show words of affirmation, which most men, that's their love language, words of affirmation. If you're appreciative of what he is doing, it'll go a long way. Oh, well, thank you for opening the door for me, because a guy doesn't have to do that. Thank you for, getting this for me. Thank you for, working hard and bringing money into the house, or giving me money to go get my nails done. Thank you. So basically being appreciative for the things he is doing for you. But if you're always complaining and nagging and bashing men, if you're like not with a guy, or what men can or not, what men can't do, or what they are not doing, it has a negative connotation. It looks bad on you. But if you are appreciative of him as a man and what he has done, then it's something good. So if you're a complainer, if you're pessimistic, change that about you immediately, because no one likes the negative Nancy anyway. Respect the fact that he's a man. Respect his authority as such. So if you're in a relationship, or something of, basically if you're in a relationship, if you're not, just respecting him as a man in general. So that's not loud talking, and not to say no, someone hasn't done it, but all the yelling and loud talking and I have to have the last word, the insult, all of that, get rid of it. Get rid of the attitude. So everything that screams attitude, get rid of it. Because when you, respect. When you're at work, you don't talk to your boss that way, because out of respect, you don't do that. Why do that to the man that you supposedly care about, or that you want to be in a committed relationship, or that you are in a committed relationship with? Why show him that lack of respect, especially if you're in a relationship? Even more so if he's the father of your child, if you guys live together and he's the one that supplies the income. Out of respect for him and what he does for you, you should not want to be the person that has the attitude, do the yelling and disrespect. So if you disrespect him as a man, or respect his authority, respect his parenting, disrespect his parenting, you're not wife material, because you cannot be a wife and disrespect your man. You got to be submissive. And if you're not, or if that word bothers you, being submissive, you're not wife material. Because I think most people, they don't understand what being submissive is. It doesn't mean you're handcuffed, pretty much. It means that you respect him as a leader, and you're willing to let him lead. I don't understand women trying to lead men. Why would you want to lead a man? The only person who's a male that you should be leading is your little child. And if he has a father, let the father show him how to be a man in that respect as well. But so that's that. Also respect his privacy. So like if he's has a phone, computer, don't go through his stuff. If you think that he's cheating, then that's probably not the person for you. Like, then you can stop at this point. Why would you want to be that person's wife anyway? So respect his privacy, respect his time. I had this, I would say I like quality time with my husband. And sometimes, men want to relax and find outlets. So you've got to get to the point where they're able to go out and do other things, instead of always trying to cling to them. So you got to respect his time. So I said respect his authority, respect his time, respect him as a man. Encouragement would be part of the being loyal. And this is what I'll say about encouragement. Okay, let's say you are investing in a home. You want to buy a home, or you want to get a home, and the home has good bones, which means it has good structure. But when you and your boyfriend, you're looking at the house and you're like, okay, this house is not the best looking. You go on the inside, everything's outdated, and he says, I got a good vision for this home. I think this home is going to be perfect for us. And you're looking like, I want a home that looks like it's $500,000. And he's like, well, we can't get that right now, but I'm going to make this home look like it's $500,000. Let's just go ahead and get it and work on it. We don't have money to get someone to remodel it. We will remodel it ourselves. We will go to Home Depot. We will go to Lowe's. We would do all that stuff. And you're like, no. But he fixes it up anyway. You sit there drinking your lemonade, watching him fix the house, and you're all the while talking about how you can't see how this house is going to look like it's a $500,000 house. It's not that good looking. You just can't see it. And you do this the whole time. He fixes it up. A month or two goes by. The house looks beautiful. And then you say, oh man, wow, it does look beautiful. I guess I was wrong. all right, well, let's just chill out on our backyard where you got this oasis now. You know, you got this new grass. Let's chill out. He's going to be like, no, we can't chill out. You can get out the house, because all the while I was fixing the house, you were pretty much discouraging me and talking about how I wasn't going to make the house look right, instead of working with me and building something. And that's the thing with women. A lot of women want guys who are already there. They've already arrived. They've already got all the money. They are now the doctor. They are now the lawyer. They are now the ball player. But they didn't want to be there. They dipped out when times were rough, or they stayed but they discouraged them the whole time. Like, you need to be there when times are rough, because what people don't realize, just like that house, it had potential. And men are like that. A lot of men have potential, but a woman doesn't see that. She wants him when he's already reached his potential, or she wants to dip out when she doesn't see that he already has it. And they look more enticing when someone else is on their arm, or they look more enticing now that they've arrived. And that's what happens to a lot of us. So we need to be encouraging and know when we see a guy who's on his grind and he's got his ambition, because if not, you will miss out. Um, so I said appreciation, respect, and encouragement. And encouragement can be words of affirmation, being loyal, and seeing ambition and want to pushing him to do better, not being in his ear talking about how he can't do it and how he's never going to be somebody. And self-improvement is another one, because after you have kids, you may need to get back into shape, like me. I just had a baby. um, you may need to improve other parts of your body, and other your attitude, all those things you may need to improve, which goes hand in hand with what I was saying earlier about nagging, not nagging. That's an improvement that you need to work on if that's what you do. Yelling, arguing, um, and then not competing. So many women like to compete with their man. Um, Not competing is the last one. And so many women are trying to compete. Their man has a good job and have a lot of money and bring in income. They want to do better, the exact same thing. There's nothing wrong with want to help and provide. Like, if you guys need the income and you want to help with that, so you guys can get where you need to be financially. But I mean, like, some women are trying to be just like the guy. They're trying to be the man. Um, Bring home the bacon like the man. Like, they don't like, they're jealous of the fact that their man has something, and they're trying to do the same thing. Um, I don't know if I'm okay. So a good way to explain is on this show, King of Queens, there was. Oh well, you know what is a actual real life example of what I was gonna say. That whole Aisha Curry. She said her husband was getting attention by females, so she wants attention by males. Um, he was getting checked out. She wants to get checked out. So basically, he's relevant, so she wants to be relevant too. And so many people, or if a guy's getting a spotlight, she wants the same spotlight. Like, she's envy of her man instead of not in admiration. See, there's a difference between being in admiration of someone and being envy of them. So if you're envious of your boyfriend or your husband, I'll say boyfriend in this case because we're talking about being a wife. If you're envy of him and envy of his ambition instead of in admiration, that's a problem, because you're gonna always be trying to compete and be better than he is. And men don't like that. Like, let him be a man and you be a woman. Like, there's nothing wrong with femininity. Like, a lot of people try to be so strong and masculine, and there's nothing wrong being strong. Just be strong in who you are. Like, not trying to be strong like a man. They're trying to compete and be like the man. Like, anything you can do, I can do too. I can do better. but you don't have to do that. Like, let men like to have a certain level of control. They like to lead, but if you're the person who's always leading in things that men like to lead in, like lead in sets, lead in financially, lead in deciding what the family does, what people, what you do, then it's like a guy doesn't want to be second string to you, you know. So take those. Again, 5 things: appreciation, respect, encouragement, self-improvement, and not competing with your man. So I'm just trying to think off the top of my head. I had some stuff written down. So yes, those 5 things can help you become wifey overnight. Again, all those things are pretty much something attitude wise, which if you know, look into the video, you see what I mean about the nagging, the yelling, the arguing. All those things go hand in hand. And if you can change those personality and attitude character flaws about you, you can become wifey overnight. Given that you are fixing up your level of attraction for a man anyway, because that's the first thing that guys see, the attraction, and then he's going to look into your personality and your character. So that's why you need to fix those things, because a lot of people, they stop at number 1. They look good and then that's it. Or they look good and they have the personality, but then they bring nothing to the table. And then those who bring cooking and cleaning to the table, they have other character flaws. And then so that's why you need to fix those things, and then you can become wifey material overnight, and then guys will see that and want to be with you. So tell me what you think. Comment, like, hit the subscribe button. Bye.